Welcome to Dimes and Cents, a story that begins with a coin so familiar in American life that millions of people have held it in their hands without ever realizing its hidden secrets. Today we are going to explore the Liberty Quarter Dollar from the year 1980, a coin that was struck for everyday use in the United States but has gained legendary status in the world of coin collecting. This 1980 quarter, though produced in massive numbers, has certain rare examples that have stunned collectors and auction houses, with values soaring beyond imagination, some reported to be worth as much as $109 million in the rarest forms. It may seem unbelievable that a simple 25-cent piece could command such staggering value, but when you understand the history, the design, the minting process, and the rare conditions that create true treasures, the story becomes one of the most exciting in all of numismatics. Let us first take a look at the background of the Liberty Quarter Dollar. The design on the obverse of the 1980 quarter is the portrait of George Washington, the founding father and first president of the United States. This design had been in use since 1932, when it was introduced to honor the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. The quarter quickly became one of the most recognizable coins in circulation, and by 1980 it had been a mainstay of American coinage for almost half a century. The obverse features Washington's strong profile, his hair tied back in a colonial style with the word Liberty above, the motto "In God We Trust" to the left, and the date 1980 below. On the reverse we see a bold eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows symbolizing strength and defense, with olive branches beneath it symbolizing peace. This iconic design ties the coin to American heritage, ideals, and power. The year 1980 was significant because the nation was in a period of economic challenge, with inflation, global tensions, and shifting markets shaping the daily life of Americans. At the same time, the quarter dollar continued to serve as the workhorse of commerce, used in pay phones, vending machines, laundromats, and countless transactions across the country. What most people did not realize was that even though the United States Mint produced hundreds of millions of quarters that year, some of them would one day become numismatic marvels worth more than entire fortunes. The composition of the 1980 quarter was the modern copper nickel-clad style, with a pure copper core sandwiched between layers of copper and nickel. This gave the coin its silvery appearance while keeping production costs reasonable. By this time the days of silver quarters were long past, as the government had moved away from silver coinage in the 1960s. That makes the 1980 quarter seem ordinary at first glance, but numismatics teaches us that the true worth of a coin is not always in its metal content but in its rarity, condition, and story. So why is the 1980 Liberty Quarter Dollar sometimes valued at $109 million? The answer lies in extreme rarity, extraordinary condition, and the drama of minting errors. First, condition is king in the world of collecting. Most 1980 quarters entered circulation and show the scars of daily life: scratches, nicks, worn surfaces, and faded luster. But a tiny fraction never circulated, remaining in pristine condition with blazing luster, sharp strikes, and flawless surfaces. When these coins are graded by professional services at the highest levels, such as Mint State 67 or Mint State 68, they become treasures in their own right, commanding strong prices. Then there are the rare minting errors that elevate an ordinary coin into a legend. Imagine a coin struck off-center, leaving a crescent of blank metal along the rim, yet still showing a complete date and mint mark. Or a double die error, where the date or the letters "In Liberty" and "In God We Trust" appear doubled, creating a dramatic visual effect. Sometimes coins are struck on the wrong planchet, perhaps on a nickel or even a foreign coin blank, leading to strange weights, colors, and diameters. Each of these errors is rare, and when combined with perfect preservation they become unique pieces that collectors will battle fiercely to own. The market value of coins is shaped not just by rarity and condition but also by demand and the excitement of competition. When a remarkable 1980 quarter surfaces, perhaps in a private collection or at a major auction, wealthy collectors and investors are willing to bid astronomical sums to secure it. The $109 million value attached to the most legendary examples reflects the pinnacle of this competition, where money becomes secondary to the prestige of owning something no one else in the world possesses. To truly appreciate the journey of a coin like this, imagine its path. In 1980 at the Mint, planchets are prepared, polished dies are set, and presses strike thousands of coins every minute. Amid this sea of metal, one coin emerges with absolute perfection, perhaps with a dramatic error or an unusual quality. It passes unnoticed through the system, enters a bag, and is shipped to a bank. Perhaps it goes into circulation, perhaps it is saved by someone who noticed its unusual shine, or perhaps it remains hidden for decades in a roll. Years later, a collector or dealer discovers it, studies it under magnification, and realizes it is not just any quarter but a once-in-a-lifetime rarity. That discovery transforms it from pocket change into a prize worth millions. The beauty of this story is that it shows us how extraordinary treasures can hide in plain sight. Millions of people touched the 1980 quarter in daily life, yet only a few knew that some examples were special beyond measure. This is the essence of coin collecting, where history, artistry, and the thrill of discovery combine. Every coin tells a story, and every coin offers the possibility of hidden value. When you hold a 1980 Liberty quarter in your hand, look closely. Examine the details of Washington's portrait, the feathers of the eagle, the lettering, and the date. Tilt it under light and watch the luster move across its surface. Check for unusual doubling off center strikes or differences in color and weight. What you may think of as an ordinary coin might be far more important than you ever imagined. Beyond its financial value, the 1980 Liberty quarter dollar is a time capsule of American life in the late 20th century. It carries the legacy of George Washington, the ideals of strength and peace represented by the eagle, and the story of an economy in transition. It reminds us that even the smallest everyday objects are connected to the broader narrative of history. So when we say that the 1980 Liberty quarter dollar is worth a lot of money, we mean it literally and symbolically. Literally in the sense that rare examples can reach values of $109 million, making them some of the most expensive coins in existence. Symbolically in the sense that the coin carries with it the weight of history, the pride of a nation, and the thrill of discovery. As you finish this story, remember that treasure is not always gold bars hidden in chests or jewels locked in vaults. Sometimes treasure is a small piece of metal you carry in your pocket, waiting patiently for the right person to recognize its worth. The Liberty quarter dollar of 1980 is proof of that. A coin minted for everyday life, transformed by rarity and beauty into a legend worth more than most people could ever dream.